Good evening and thank you for joining us. Starting tomorrow, around 500 people will be taking part in creating a mosaic in Vermilion to commemorate Canada's 150th birthday. Planning for the mosaic has been in the works for more than a year and will celebrate Vermilion's history.
Something that featured the college, because the college has been an integral part of Vermilion since 1913.
Painting will take place at Vermilion Elementary School on Monday and Tuesday, where children to seniors will help create the piece of art.
The next day it will be assembled by the artists and it will be mounted into the stadium, and then there's of course a finish that's put on it once it's put up.
This initiative is taking place across Canada. To see mosaics built in other communities, visit Canada150mosaic.com. And in spirit of Canadian Mental Health Week, Wainwright on Wellness held a Canada 150 style celebration in the community's downtown. Calm, cool, and Canadian was the theme of the event, which includes music, food, and 150 ways to improve your mental health.
So we're here to raise awareness, to get people talking, to get people even excited about mental health, because mental health is a good thing, right? And so just getting people some awareness and some education around it and bringing people together on a beautiful day. It's awesome. The 5th annual Lloydminster Muck Run benefited from hot temperatures as well as a little moisture still remaining from a long winter. Participants slogged their way through a series of dirty and challenging obstacles, kicking off the spring and summer season of running for good causes in the border city. Josh Ryan has more.
Mud, grass, water, and other substances draped all runners of the 2017 Muck Run, an event that saw more than 100 participants despite initial low registration.
It's been so cold and there's been so much snow, it's hard for people to kind of wrap their head around getting out and enjoying the park just until the last couple of days. So we actually had like 50 registrations come in this week.
Race director Kyle Kelly says it's the best weather the run has had in its 5-year history, fitting for how much fun the participants have.
I think it just brings out the kid in people playing around in the mud, you know? And we all still have that urge to splash around in the mud puddle.
It's spring in Lloydminster, so there's lots of mud, and so why not embrace it?
A bonus to this year's run was a large extension to the mud crawl obstacle.
It's 150 feet through the mud, so not only is it a dirty obstacle, but it's hard. It's exhausting to get through.
Yeah. Just fun? Yeah. There you go.
That particularly benefited some of the more competitive runners.
It's a fitness challenge for them, so people feel good about themselves when they say they've conquered the obstacles in the mud and the 5 kilometers.
And the proceeds raised by all muck-covered teams go towards multiple local programs run through the Health Foundation.
With those projects, we've done safety for kids, we've done AEDs in community facilities, and so we'll definitely put it towards our Heartbeat of the Community projects.
Josh Ryan, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
Red Dogs and champions, 2 words that go together like beer and peanuts. After another successful season in the Capital District Football League, the Dogs returned home to face the Battle River Shock. For some players, a final opportunity to thrill home fans and lift some hardware. Lance Phillips with more.
Already Capital District football champions, the Lloydminster Red Dogs returned home Saturday and gave home fans exactly what they came for. A 56-2 win highlighted another perfect season of football, but this game wasn't about the final score. For 11 players, this game was about one last opportunity to reflect on a program that's given them so much.
It just makes me realize how fast the season goes by and how much you should really appreciate it when you first started playing football. I don't know, sometimes I get emotional over the game, you know?
Most of the grade 11s got in there the last couple plays. It was great. The whole season, every game, it was more than I could have ever asked for.
I've done 13 seasons of coaching this team, and I think one of the most gratifying things is after the seasons and years have passed, the kids actually come up to me and still say, "Hi, Coach," and it might have been from 3, 4, 5 years. So as they walk off the field, it's a sad day, but they're taking on a new adventure, and I hope to see them play some junior or college football, and if I affected some of that, that's awesome.
For many of these players, the final whistle is just that, final. It allowed each player to catch a glimpse of what their football futures will look like.
I have a whole bunch of friends over at Holy, and knowing that this is the last time I'm with them is kind of sad, but that's probably what I'll remember most, is just being with everybody for one last time.
Probably playing with the comp guys. I find they're great people. I love those guys. They're all my friends. I played Bantam, Pee Wee with all those guys, and now this is probably my last time I'll ever get to play with them.
Just the whole experience, the players, the coaches, the practices, almost everything.
Playing right beside my friends, they help me get through a lot. They're always there for me, and I'm just gonna miss them when I have problems. I don't have them there right beside me.
For each of these 11 graduating players, this season was special, and not because they went out as champions or because they paved the path for all the young players to walk, but rather because they provided one final tribute to a man that meant so much to them and all Lloydminster football players.
With the passing of Rod, it was really all for him in my mind. I figured it's my last season and he's gone, and we just want to play for him.
We all play for Rod, and I hope that he knows that. And I think he'd be proud of us. We played hard throughout the entire season for him. Everything that we do for him, and I just hope that I made him proud personally.
Since Rod's passing, it's been hard on us all, but we've spent almost a year trying to figure how we're going to get through this season, and we did it, right? Like any challenge, when you get to the other side, you realize that we made it, and he'll always be there for us, and every year it'll get a little easier for us. But like you said, he's been a big part of football for the community, for the Red Dogs, and just Lloydminster minor football, and I think he'd be proud that we were able to move on and. We're still having fun, right? So
it's not just a picture. They're smiling.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.